Yo, what's good? It's Chan Man, House of Barf. So, as well, I was working on a previous episode and I went ahead and published it. Um, so what I'm going to be doing right now is going through the news, kind of see what's popping. I'm sorry, I kind of just hop into things because I did the last episode and I'm doing another one. I'm just kind of keeping the ball rolling. All right, first, let me stop by say thank you to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by. I appreciate it. Um, got my bev right here, some mango juice from Lido's or Lido's. Man, I love that company. I mean, every time I walk out, I got groceries, spent $20. Not even. I mean, I spent $20 and I get some change back every time. It could even be $10, and I'd be like, "Damn, is that it?" Then I grab my estranged partner, grab her some flowers. The the flowers, I'll say the flowers and potato chips be the most, and the potato chips be like Doritos. They be the most. Uh, but I do have a home girl, a home woman. She's just a home girl. She's an older lady. I used to work for her, but she always teases me about being bad and when am I going to get right. And she works at a grocery store across the street. And she's like, I seen you over there at that Lido's. You better stop going there. You better come to me. I'm like, all right. I'm all right. So every time I go over to Lido's, I double look, make sure I wear sunglasses and a hat. Um, okay, but yeah, no. So um, what's going on is I'm working on a strategy of just understanding fundamental better, technical analysis better. And one thing I was talking to with a buddy of mine is not a, he's more of an associate, but he's a trader as well. And he's like, "Hey, I'm a beast trader, Chan. Um, supposedly he used to work for Merrill Lynch. And he was like, yo, I only had two, three bosses above me, and one of the bosses that were above me was the CEO. And I would report to them like I'm pretty a beast trader. I'm like, all right, cool, cool. And he's like, one thing I do is I don't really fool with, I know you see some of those companies or small companies trading 30 cents, you could get thousands of shares. And then if it goes up to if it goes up 1 cent, if it goes up, you know, if it goes up to 60 cents, yeah, you did a great job. But it's like, he's just like, yo, we could just, just work on, because I am getting slaughtered. I'm getting slaughtered. And it's partially my fault because, sometimes I'll be up 1%. I was up 1% on a couple of these trades, and I just was like, screw it. Uh, let me watch what happens, and then it plummets. Um, so I got to get better at that. But actually, I'm looking at this Paramount trade now. I'm actually kind of thinking about holding Paramount. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but um, fundamentals look terrible. Everything just, but I'm like, look, it's about $15. Let me see what I got it at. Uh, I got it at 1604. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually kind of thinking like, man, maybe I just want to hold on to Paramount because I mean, let me see what they're worth. This is a $10 billion company. You know what I'm saying? Currently trading around $15.80. And I understand that um, I guess compared to their peers, they're doing terrible. Netflix or whatnot, or let me see, Charter Communications, Charter. What are they at right now? Like 400. Yeah, $420. Woo. Oh. Um. Let me see what else. Fox Corporation. Let me see where they at. Fox is at. Let's see. Come on, pull it up. $34. What's this? World Wrestling Entertainment. It's at 110. A lot of people are into the WWE still. I kind of fell off. Let me take a look at that. They're steadily going up. Let me see. Okay, they did have a fall back in 2020. I can imagine they probably couldn't. They probably didn't have no shows or nothing. Oh, yeah, yeah. They fell off around 2020. Went down to about $29. Damn. See, these are companies I don't even think about, and then they just been since after 2020. Oh, because I remember them. See, I wish they were the people. It was around April 2020, around the time this thing started trickling up, where they said we're going to do shows in Florida. We don't care what you say, and I didn't even know they. I didn't even know they were stopped. Um, so let me see, and then the other one, Next Star Media. I don't even know who they are. 166. So like looking at their peers. All right, Next Star is a $6 billion industry. Um, looking at their peers, I'm like, Paramount. They did have their shine. Let me see when it was. It was back in 2021, probably COVID. They shot up to 100, and then they plummet down, and they haven't really recovered. Um, but yeah, it's only a matter of time for. Um, um, let's check out Urban One. What happened to them? Um, 'Cause I know uh they had a crazy day one day. They're back. Are they back to $5 or what? No? They shot up to like 20. Or they shot up to $50. This was in June 2020. People are like, we can't explain. We can't explain what that was about. Um. Oh, they're delinquent on their filing deadline, and they have been. Let me see. Yeah, they missed their filing deadline with the Nasdaq. Come on, come on, Urban One. So let's see what they're worth. They're a $268 million company. If you're not familiar with Urban One, let me just go ahead and read a little bit of this for you. Urban One is a urban-oriented multimedia company. The company's core business is radio broadcasting franchise, which is a radio broadcasting operation that primarily targets African American and urban listeners. Okay. The company operates through four segments: radio broadcasting, cable television, reach media, and digital. The radio broadcasting segment consists of all broadcast results of operations. The reach media segment consists of the results of operations for the related activities and operations of its syndicated shows. Let me see if I can find the cable television segment consists of company's cable television TV operation, including the results of operations of TV One and Clio TV. So I don't know if you know of Clio TV, but if you have channel 443, I'm kidding. But that's Clio TV. And I don't know whenever I get Clio TV, usually it's at someone's house. I guess I got cable or something. And I'm just flipping through the channels and it's like channel 500 or something. So let's look at some of their income. Total revenue, pretty steady. This is Urban One. Again, ticker symbol UONE. Pretty solid. I mean, their cost of revenue, uh, pretty solid. I mean, when I mean solid, so total revenue for the last 5 years, starting in 2018, 400 and approximately $440,000. 2019, approximately $437,000. 2020, about $376,000. And no, I'm sorry, my dumbass. This is in thousands, so um, let me see, times that by 1,000. Okay, so yeah, so I was saying it correctly. No, 439 million. I'm sorry. 439 million, 436 million, 376 million, 440 million, 484 million in 2022. Finish off in 2022. So they're staying pretty steady and they're getting some bread. Let's see their expenses. Let's see where their total operating expenses. So pretty much as it costs to run the business, that's their so it's pretty much their. Let me see their profits. They barely make any profits. All their money is going to operating. Let me see, where's their like net profits? Just give me 1 second. This is Urban One, and I'm not even supposed to be going over all this. Um, but so yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna try to do is just look at some big companies, pay attention to the news. Um, they barely get any money from people investing. They get like no money from investors. The shareholder equity is like zero, like every year. So that sucks. Um, where's the total like net? They only got like $1 million in assets. Damn, I just feel bad for them. Um, yeah, I can't even find the profits. Where they at? All right, forget about it. But I can tell by the money they have coming in and the money they have going out is it almost like I if I could see they were only difference by probably a million, couple million. Um, so I'm not going to invest in everyone. I just was looking at that. And Yeah, let me see earnings. Yeah, okay, okay, all right. I'm off this, but this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be chilling right quick, looking up some tickers, paying attention to the news, trying to pay attention to what's going on. The market seems to be taking a decline. I'm not sure exactly, but it looks like it's taking a pretty substantial decline. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking about holding on to this Paramount for a little bit. I'm down 2% on it. I was just up 2%. I'm always down 2%, up 2%. The last few days I've been holding it. Um, Oplex, it it fell all the way down. I didn't get rid of all my shares, but I got rid of probably about 83% of my shares. I still held on to probably about 17%, just in case anything turns around. JetBlue down 18%. It's but um, let's take a look at JetBlue real quick, just very briefly. So a few things real quick before we take a look at JetBlue because we've been taking a look at JetBlue the last few days. Um, and I got new listeners, so I got to kind of slow things down a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm trading stocks. If for anybody who I've noticed I've had a few more listeners. Um, if you're not familiar with stocks, we'll go back over it again because I'm not pressed. I don't care if I look at these YouTube videos. I promise they do the same thing every day, which it doesn't bother me at all. Getting down on the floor, getting up on the floor, getting down. Da-da-da-da. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I could find one right now that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I love these. Oh, I forget. You can't hear this stuff. Here, 1 second. Let me check. Dave Ramsey. Okay, you can't hear it because I've heard on my other I can't you can't hear the videos I listen to. I don't think you can. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I was listening to Dave Ramsey. He said, "Man, get out of debt," and I was doing so good. That's one thing I'll tell anybody. I don't ever make a lot of money. I just don't have a lot of debt. I normally don't carry a lot of debt. You see, I got some debt. I pay it off. There's this thing I read a while ago why Chinese people do so well. And I'm not being racist or nothing. I mean, I'm being honest, serious Chinese people. Let me see if I can find this article real quick. I read this probably about 2017. Chinese mortgage compared to U.S. Americans mortgage. Um, Let me see if I can find it. I read this article probably back in like 2017. Let me see. Chinese mortgages are typically 17% of income compared. to Americans. I'm trying to find this article, and this is how I remember them. One big difference. Did I find it? Oh shit! All right, cool. Look, this article is from 2010. Okay, where's my read aloud? Here, give me one second. I'm gonna try to type in what happened to my read aloud tool. My read aloud suddenly stopped. How to fix read aloud? Let me see if this will just take 2 seconds. If it doesn't, I'll just read it. Restart Microsoft Word or enable. Okay, forget about it. All right, let's go for it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read this. One big difference between Chinese and American households debt, written by Robert O. Weegley and Money Builder Group. Okay, this article is more than 10 years old. Okay, cool. In the fall of yeah, this is an old article, but this is something I remember that kind of affected the way I handled. Even before this, I was really particular on debt because a lot of my buddies will or people around me are always talking about how much money they're making. Totally forget, man. I knew somebody recently made like $40,000 in the market or something. Totally did not know anything about capital gains, income tax, nothing. This guy takes the money and is just living his life, paying loans off, paying debts off, buying a car, blah 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 blah. Then he gets his tax bill at the end of the year. I'm just like, gosh darn it. And people don't want to talk to me. Hence, I guess this podcast, you know what I'm saying? People don't ever want to talk to me because they're like, man, you're crazy. We always see you at the parties and the clubs and bottle full of bub. You know what I'm saying? Why would I ever listen to you? You're a maniac and you're broke. And I'm like, yes, I am broke and I am typically at the parties. And so I can get your point. You want to get the guy who's, smart in the house, talks very professional, everything like that. I get it. But if my buddy would have talked to me and told me that he came into some money, I don't know how, through the stock market or something, I would have told him, remember, you have an uncle that is always there. Always. You come into some money, your uncle is right there with his hand out. He's not pointing a finger at you. His hand is open. He's saying, hey, right here in the palm. And uncle does not like anything the size of his palm. Uncle wants something big, like 50%. Okay, so if they would have talked to me, I would have told them. I've had several other incidents with buddies doing things that it's just like, man, look, I'm not trying to tell you not to, but I'm there's things that you may want to consider. So yes, I've been broke my whole life, but one thing I'll tell people is I normally don't carry a lot of debt. Normally I don't. I'm not trying to brag. A lot of people will be like, um, Chan, you should do what I do. Do what I do. I know you're broke and I know you got a lot of debt and everything. And I'd be like, all right, if that's what you want to think. Now, recently, my debt has been going up substantially because I've been living on my credit cards and money goes fast. I can spend money fast when I spend, um, when I do spend. But typically, I'm pretty good. I'll tell people I'm pretty good off of, you know what I'm saying? Chilling with the buddies, couple cigars, going around. Um, a bottle of cognac, an Xbox. Pretty good. Now, sometimes I do want to go out. Well, actually, I go out if the day ends in Y. I would like to go out. Um, and if they ever tell you social people are broke because they're always helping other people out. Um, so I am that person. Once I get a couple in me, hey, rounds on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I just like everybody to have a good time. But I typically keep my debt under control. But right now, I don't have any income, and I've been surviving on credit cards, and I've been running them up, running them up, running them up, and I'm in debt right now, and it's not fun. It's not fun for me. Um, but I was talking to another buddy of mine. It's like, don't let that shit get to you. Don't let it get to you. Keep your head on. Remember, no permanent solutions to temporary problems. Um, because another buddy of mine would tell me, don't let this part of your life affect this part of your life. And they would have, when they say, don't let this part of your life, they keep their hands really close. And then they say, affect this part of your life. And then they open their hands really wide. So these are things I try to think about because I do get stressed out sometimes. And told you I'm a bit of a wild guy. And sometimes I do think about getting problems solved fairly quickly. But, sometimes that's not the best way to go about things. So, real quick, let me get back to this article. Again, article one big difference between Chinese and American households debt. Again, this article was written approximately 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. In the fall of 2009, I was invited to Beijing by Tsinghua University to present a keynote address at the first China Consumer Finance Forum. It was a personal honor. It presented an opportunity for this Missouri boy to meet some Chinese leaders in the field of finance. One of the nicest byproducts of the trip was to gain access to the first iteration of the survey of the Chinese consumer finances collected by, please forgive me, Tsinghua University and funded by the Citibank China Company Ltd. The data provide insight into the culture and, upon reflection, clues about our own. The data were collected from slightly more than 2,000 households residing in 15 cities within China, all Class 1 and Class 2 cities. The data represents the urban Chinese have greater wealth and income than the rural counterparts. In this group, 73% were married compared to 59% in the United States. You see? You see why I be trying I'm trying to stay married. Like it's not only cheaper to keep her, it could be cheaper to keep him too. Or not even cheaper. It could be, you know, a blessing or whatever, but whatever. 55% of the Chinese stopped school with a high school education or less, while in the United States, 46% stopped with a high school education or less. So we finished high school a little bit more. The average annual household income in China converted to dollars was approximately $10,220 compared to 84,300 in the United States. Damn. The median U.S. income is approximately 47,300. Damn. One of the few similarities was average household assets. In both China and the US, the average family assets were about 8 times in its average income. At face value, the similarities between China and the United States with respect to relative levels of asset to income, as well as demographics, are remarkable. The level of debt to the level of debt to average income, however, is not. The average U.S. household debt is 136% of the household income, compared to 17% for the Chinese. Moreover, if we included federal borrowing, the United States numbers increases an additional $109,792 per household to 224,303 per household, or 266% of average household income. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So, when it comes to federal borrowing, it increases to 266% of average household income. We need to ask the question, is this sustainable? And where is all of this debt coming from? Well, let me take one guess. Is it the Treasury constantly printing monopoly money, sending it out there so people can get into their houses, and then banks fall into crises, and then people have to pay the banks back with actual money? Sorry. For starters, we found that while 85% of Chinese households surveyed owned a home, only 11% carried mortgage on the property. This is what I was trying to explain, no offense, to my partner. I don't mind moving to the hood. I don't mind. Let's move to the hood. Let's be like that neighbor in Friday that was like, don't step on my grass. Perfect grass. We'll take care of our house. The house will cost $65,000. We'll pay the shit off. Yes, we may have to deal with an occasional blah, 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 whoever it is, breaking into our car. Yes, we may be in the middle of shootouts. on Minnesota Ave or wherever we at, yes, we may have to have somebody break in our house and fall asleep on our couch after drinking my cognac, and then I have to beat their ass and kick them out. But guess what? We won't have a mortgage. I got this guy right now that's outside of my house all the time because it's too damn hot, and I got a big ass tree on the side of my house, and he just stands under the tree. And I go out there sometime. I'm like, bro, you need some water? You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, nope, I don't need any water. I say, dude, it's 89 degrees out here, man. You sure you're good? He's like, I'm good. So I'll say, you know what? I'm gonna leave this bottle of water right here. So he's found out where I live, and I'll go. I'll be in my house chilling, and then I'll walk outside and I'll see the bottle of water in the front of my house. I'll say, damn, he really didn't want no water. And then I remember he even said something. He's like, I'm a nomad. I'm like, man, I'm about to be a nomad with you. You mean about to be the nomad crew? Just broke, lonely black men walking around the city. Because I'm about to also probably sell my car. But all right. So where is all this debt coming from? For starters, we found that while 85% of Chinese households surveyed owned a home, only 11% carried a mortgage on that property. In the United States, 69% were homeowners in 2007, with 70% of them carrying some debt on the property in the form of a mortgage or a home equity loan. Some of this is a result of Chinese employer home purchase plans for employees in an effort to provide housing while limited indebtedness. In the United States, however, mortgage debt is encouraged through a subsidy in our tax code that, in fact, provides the greatest subsidy to those with the largest mortgages and typically the highest incomes. Less than 1% of urban Chinese use consumer loans to purchase consumer goods. Gosh darn it, this is what I'm doing right now. While 40% of all U.S. families have installment loans and 46% carry credit card balance. Immediately, I'm just going to read, let me see. Oh, this isn't too long, just a little bit more. Admittedly, consumer credit is necessary to smooth our consumption stream, shifting income from high periods to periods where it is relatively low. Okay, so if you ever heard me say it before, I have issues with the adjustments. I I'm the type of person who will go to the restaurant and order the same thing I'll try new things. Don't get it wrong, but order the same thing. No, I'll try new things, but when I find what I like it, and I can even tell when they hired a different chef. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this doesn't taste like Tyler's Chipotle wings. Oh yeah, we got rid of Tyler and we hired whoever Jose or something. It's like, oh man, Jose is a cool ass motherfucker, but man, why y'all fire Tyrone? Oh, he asked for a raise. He's a that guy's a chef. He's not a cook. You should be paying him $30 an hour. Hey, I told him he couldn't make more than 15. Like $15 an hour? Damn, that was a cool ass motherfucker. Well, all right. I guess we got to move on. Um. But let me go. Let me see. Um. In fact, let me see. Immediately. Oh, but yeah, the credit card. In fact, a member of the Bank of China confided to me that increasing the borrowing of the younger Chinese is a goal of the Chinese government to enable them to not be dependent on the West to support our growth. Okay, cool. If that's what you do. Um, but yeah. Oh yeah, I have issues with adjustments. So one reason why my credit card debt has been going up is if I have to be, transparent, um, I have an issue with adjusting, as I stated. So I told you in the past, I have hung out with, hustlers, whatever they did, whether they were scammers or dealers or whatever it is, and hanging out with them, you get accustomed to it. Like, when a woman gets divorced, if you've been with her for, let me see, but you owe her, I forget what they call it. Um, what is it called when you divorce a woman, but you still have to keep up her standard of living? Not alimony. It's alimony, I understand, but uh, uh, how long do I have to be married to a woman before I have to make sure she has a standard of living? Okay, I can't remember, but essentially, if you date a woman like I can't remember, it's like 19 months or something. At that point, my bad. The recording just stopped. But yeah, it's if you're married to someone for a certain amount of time, and of course, thank you to anybody and everybody who decided to come back. Um, I'm Chairman. This is House of Barf. But yeah, if you are married to someone for a certain amount of months, I don't know how long it is, but there's a standard of living that you owe this person. So if you're married to them, let's just say the duration is 1 year. I think it's a little bit longer than a year. It's like 18 months or something. But let's say it's just 1 year. If you're married to this person for a year and a day, you owe them a standard of living. Okay. So let just giving an example. Um, again, I was just saying, let's just imagine that uh, your partner was a broke bitch. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just playing. But let's say yeah, she was a triple B. She was not like the Ball brothers, but the broke bottom bitch. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But and you were a millionaire. You worked in IT, real estate, whatever you did, and you're married to this person for a certain amount of time. um, you owe them a standard of living. She could have been nothing just a year ago, but now a year later, you have to pay whatever it is, alimony or whatever, so that they can keep up their standard of living. So going back to just hanging out with trap stars and whatnot. Um, I kind of got accustomed, to living a certain kind of life. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying how Jay-Z says that flashing lights is a hell of a drug. Not saying that anybody's taking pictures of me, but you know, um, sometimes you can get addicted to the lifestyle of being out there, and sometimes you don't want to just sit in the house playing Madden, whatever. That for me, that's a little bit rough for me to do. Um, so that's one reason why my credit cards, I have to admit, are going up. It's because sometimes I'm like, you know what, I just got to get out of here and go do something, and I'll go out and spend money. So I'm not proud about it, but that's one reason. Now compared to before, when I was using cash, what I'm saying, I didn't really have the credit cards, but now I don't really have no income, so I'm using credit cards. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and so yeah, just issues with adjusting, but real quick. So again, ended around the Chinese government essentially assist young people so that they don't have to rely on the West. Let me finish this article again. Roughly 12% of the Chinese sample owned. Sorry, roughly 12% of the Chinese sample owned a car with only 0.7% of the population. 6% of the automobile purchases borrowing money to purchase a car. Okay, I'm sorry. Owned a car with only 0.7% of the population borrowing money to purchase a car. Wow, that's tremendous. In the United States, anywhere from 73 to 91% of new cars purchases involved financing. Wow. The good news is that in the United States, credit use is decreasing and savings rates are up. Revolving credit decreased at an annual rate of 12% in March, and non revolving credit decreased at an annual rate of 7%. Okay. Revolving credit decreased at an annual rate of 12% in March, and non revolving credit decreased around 7%. I don't even know what that means. In addition, April of 2010 saw a household savings rate of 3.6 compared to 3.1 in March, and it has remained over 3% since the fourth quarter of 2008. In China, however, households save between 25% to 50% of their income. Wow. With respect to the question of why China's saving rate is so high. Wow. The answers range from the existence of an excess of males to females, the lack of social security, the lack of government provided medical care, or a culturally bound ethic in the improving the future of their family. Whatever it is, Westerners should be grateful for Chinese savings as it is used to loan money to the United States, thus allowing us to continue down the road of our nation that we have chosen. All right, fantastic. So sorry about that. Um, But this is something that's just this is important to me. I don't know why how I got on that topic. Kind of forgot, but um, yeah, I forgot how I got on that topic. But essentially, has to probably do something with the amount of debt to asset. But once it comes back to me, I'll remember. So thank you for taking the time to sit around with me with that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is again, I'm going to look up some news. The news of the day is Disney and Penn Entertainment getting into sports betting. That looks like anything and everything everybody's talking about. I was looking at something about Twillo. I'm not familiar with the company. Ticker symbol TWLO. Penn Entertainment. I don't even know what their ticker symbol was. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Penn Entertainment. Do they even have a ticker? Let me see. Yeah, I know it does because if I think I saw it earlier and they were up about 7%. Now they're up about 8%. Yeah, ticker symbol. I'm assuming what is it? PENN. Yeah, so I'll write that down. PENN. All right, and Disney. Disney's been struggling. Let me see what else. Couple of pins peers, MGM, DraftKings. We've been looking at that. The King, Boyd Gaming. I'll look at that, and Gaming and Leisure Properties. Okay, what's their? Oh, they're 0%. Are they even? Are they even open? Uh, okay, all right. GLPI. GLPI. All right. So, yeah, what I'm going to be doing right now is going around taking a look at. I'm going to say, large companies don't really waste. I'm not going to say I'm not going to waste any time with the smaller companies. If I see something, I'm going to try to do it, but maybe I just do a smaller amount. Maybe I don't try to go in and try to get that $5,000 tomorrow, so I can pay all these bills and debts and get these people off my neck. Um, and just try to deal with the bigger companies. And also, gotta work on getting out. Because Paramount, I'm not sure what I want to do with that. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. So it looks like the decline is kind of slowed down. Typically, I would say this is about the time about 12:30. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on. If there's anything else I was noticing, yesterday LI Automotive was in the news a lot. I saw. Um, I'm gonna look up Coinbase. This Palantir company. Don't know anything about them. Roblox looks like they've missed on earnings. I look every time I'm at the grocery store. I promise I'm getting asked for a Roblox gift card. You know what I'm saying? So if Roblox is getting bad publicity today, I want to take a look at Roblox. Roblox is what do they? I want to look at what have they been doing over the year. Um, they've been in business 3 years, or I mean public since 2021, if I'm correct. Um, yeah, they went public. Yeah, March 2021. Uh, over the year, let me see. I'm trying to see how I can find out. Um, okay. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Roblox, um, here, let me, Roblox. Um, Roblox Corporation is a technology company. The company operates a human co-experience platform for Roblox platform where users interact with each other to explore and develop user-generated and 3D experiences. Wow, that sounds way more intelligent than I would have said. I was just going to say it's a video game for kids where they use graphics that look like they're from 1994, 95. The old Brett Favre video football video game where their hands are like together. um, there's a whole lot going on with them. Um, one thing is they're concerned, and this is why I'm always talking to my children. Who are you talking to? Let me hear what y'all talking about. Hey, you sound too old to be talking to some little kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? If I hear some bass in that voice, get the fuck out of here. If it sounds like a grown woman or something, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I tell my kids, find some new friends to play with, and let me hear what y'all talking about. And let me hear what words y'all are using. Um, the issue Roblox is having is that they cater. What's going on, AMC? Uh, I thought AMC was going to die, but I guess not. Hey, I think they're owned by China now. But Roblox, they cater to they cater to people, I would say, under the age of 13. They really don't have any business that appears they don't appear to me to have any business for people who are 13 and older. However, you have adults playing it, a lot of adults who enjoy it. I've played a couple of games on there and I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. It's pretty addicting too. And now Roblox doesn't really have any protection for these 13-year-old kids. So I'll say it to anybody, same thing with, if you're a protector. I'm a bit of a protector, an overprotector. Trust me, nobody likes it. Honestly, everybody runs away when they hear that. They're like, "Oh, overprotector, get away." It's like a micromanager in real life. I'm a bit of an overprotector, and even still, you can't be everywhere all the time. You can put in all your parental controls. Um, like, okay, something real quick that's going on in the DMV. We have a clear book bag like mandate for, I think, middle school and up. As a parent, I'm like, great, clear book bags. You know what I'm saying? But what do they carry in their clear book bags? Books. How many times have you seen one of your friends? This is the thing I like about having diversity friends, because like you're Asian and you're Caucasian and whatever it is, foreigner friends or whoever it is, always be doing some shit. You be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Cutting the middle of books out to hide their weed and shit. You be like, damn, I would have never. You be like, yo, do your parents know you smoke? They be like, nah, hell nah. You be like, where do you hide that big ass bong or water pipe or whatever people want to call it? Oh, right here. You just see like, man, you cut a hole in your wall and blah blah blah. Think about prison. Come on. They're still getting drugs in there. And they're still escaping. How is this happening? This is supposed to be prison. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as much as I can try to be a protector, people are always going to get through. Not saying that anything's ever happened. That's why shit, one day I may even set my kids up. I may be the person that reach out to them and start talking to them. And then tell them to meet me somewhere. And then I'm gonna be there, sitting waiting for them with the raft of Jesus. I'm telling you. But um yeah, so I try to stay on top of it. So but yeah, Roblox doesn't really have, and then pretty soon we're gonna get to a point where companies like Meta, Roblox, uh uh the Nasdaq is down approximately 132 points. The S&P 500 down approximately 25 points. Dow Jones down approximately 154 points. But the I don't know what it's called now. X, um, like I don't know. Was it Blackwater? I don't know. I guess X, the Twitter, whatever, formerly known as Twitter now. I guess we have to say. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, I guess, and Roblox. These companies are essentially Snapchat, whoever. I don't know. Um, I haven't even checked on Snap in a while. I'll write that down. Are going to have to start being held accountable. It's too ridiculous that too many of our kids are watching murders, and I'm not talking about things like George Floyd. I mean, because that still was a murder, but some guy just getting upset at his girlfriend cheating on him or something, and decides that he wants to go on Facebook Live and go shoot up his house, and we're literally watching the whole experience. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, these companies they're going to have to start taking accountability and being like, Why did you allow that to transpire? Why did you allow that to keep going on? My 13-year-old son now, or daughter or whatever, just seen this guy murder somebody, like right there on their Facebook Live or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're gonna have to be held accountable. But that's one issue I do have with roadblocks. And as soon as they could possibly figure that out, I matter of fact, I'm probably going to invest in them, even though their fundamentals don't look too good. Only because I know that Roblox is going to turn it around at some point. They're going to have to turn it around. This is going to be their, if you know the S curve, this is probably going to be their steep. For a while, they were just coasting, 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 coasting. Now they're going to have to go through an optimization stage. Here, let me look up optimization because I don't want to be using words that. What does optimization mean? Why is this read aloud not working? Okay. Well, let me go ahead and read it. The action of making the best or most effective use of a situation or a resource. So at some point, Roblox is going to have to optimize um, their product, and they're going to have to do one security. This is one reason why I'm not visual right now, is because I don't have security. I don't want to be out here trading and then somebody sees something and then run off with it. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna have to optimize to make their product more, I don't know, available or interesting for people who are 13 and older. And they're also gonna have to worry about security to make sure that this 30-year-old man. I was looking at this thing about Robert Montgomery, not the television show from back in the day, but Robert Montgomery on, I can't remember the name of the podcast. Here, I'll look it up real quick. Um, um, he was talking about he's called, I guess, Montgomery, ethical. He's called an ethical hacker, and he was on the Sean Ryan show, and they had to bleep out so much. They said if you want to see this interview um, without the bleep outs, then go to, I guess, the SeanRyan.com website or something. And so I did. First I watched it on YouTube because I didn't want to hear a lot of shit. I'm not playing. Sometimes I can't even hear that shit. It'll fuck me up. It's fucking me up right now just talking about it. So I did hear a little. I heard just a little snippet. I was like, here, let me see like some of the stuff he bleeped out. And oh my gosh, I don't even want to repeat it. But essentially, he said there was a community of approximately, I think he said 7,000 individuals on this website pertained to pedophilia, and these people, ridiculous, ridiculous. Um, you know, sometimes you wish that there are sins that are greater than other sins, and that certain people are judged a little harder than others. And because like for example, what if somebody never heard of Christ before the world ends? Like, will everybody hear about Christ before the world ends, or you know what I'm saying? It's like is there like a when the last person hears about Christ, uh, the world end or something? I don't know how it works, but man, uh, but essentially, when Roblox can figure that shit out, I'm all, because I know how many people. I mean, the community is large, and my children love it. Along with, I'll tell you a couple other games, Minecraft, Fortnite, um, what other games are they on? There's a few other games that, yeah, if these companies can figure that shit out, so that one last thing I'll talk about Fortnite. A few years ago, there was this Travis Scott concert on Fortnite. It was during COVID. It was probably like 2020. Man, that shit was lit. I couldn't even believe it was lit like a candlestick. I couldn't believe how lit it was. Because my son was like, hey, can I go to this concert tonight? I go to a concert. What the fuck is wrong with you? One, I don't care if it wasn't COVID. You ain't going to no concert unless what concert are you talking about? Is it Kids Bop 2020? You know what I'm saying? What concert are you talking about? He's like, I want to go see Travis Scott. Hell nah. That what you? And then he said, it's on Fortnite. I was like, oh, that's smart as shit. He's about to have a concert for so. I don't know how much it costs to get in. I think you could get in for free, or you could pay $8 or something. So we got in the concert, and the nice thing is you could leave and come back and leave and come back, and you didn't lose like your spot. Um, so we went to the concert. It was this huge ass Travis Scott, huge Travis Scott. We got a 4x4. We're just driving around. That shit was fun as shit. It was really a great concert. I had to admit, I don't really do a whole lot of concerts, but that was a fun concert, and I was like, "Yo, I'm glad you introduced me to this because that was fun." Um, but yeah, yes, if these games and these social media platforms and everything can kind of get that figured out, I'd be all in. So I'm gonna look at Roblox if they figure out a way to start appeasing. Because also here, let me see, well, something real quick. That what is the average age of video gamers now? So if Roblox can figure out a way to start appeasing to this older crowd of gaming, not to mention it's only going to get higher and higher and higher. We're not going to have a bunch of people with Alzheimer's and dementia and all that, or maybe we will, but we're going to have eventually we're going to have video games to um to help them. So the video game is only going to get older. Real quick, what happened to that video game that was supposed to help kids with ADHD? Um, Let me see. Whatever happened to that video game? Uh, it was an FDA approved. Where did it go? Interact? No. How Ackley won FDA approval for Endeavor RX, the first game-based digital therapeutic for children with ADHD. This came out in February 2022. Let me see. It's a game called Alkali. But yeah, as long as we can get video games that can help people with mental illness or whatever, also help people when they get older. Because seriously, when people get older, I see them. They struggle with a cell phone with two buttons. I'm like, man, it's either home or 911. Just hit one of the buttons, and they're still like, what am I supposed to do with this doohickey? Okay, all right, here, let me show you. You know what I'm saying? Um, you want to play this game, Snake? Okay, but yeah, they struggle. So we got to figure that out too as well. So I'm probably going to be in on Roblox. I know they're missing their earnings. I'm looking at their fundamentals right now. Fundamentals look like they're losing money. I don't know how because I promise I buy a Roblox gift card all the damn time. So yeah, once they figure that shit out, I think everything's going to be okay with Roblox as long as it doesn't fan out, and then people are like, "Oh, you remember that old video game Roblox? Man, I used to play that shit all day." You know what I'm saying? As long as that doesn't happen, I think they'll be okay. And what I meant to say is also I'm gonna get back to just reviewing a bunch of companies, try to get some major companies that are like, "Yo, this is ridiculous." Like one time I found like some ridiculous buys, like back in the day. I think I found Boeing at like $180 or something one day. It was something crazy. And I'm like, Boeing? Shit. Let me rack up on Boeing. But then Boeing said we're gonna get rid of our dividend till like 2025. And I was like, but yeah, I remember when I found Square, it's called Block, formerly known as Square, I found that at like $9. I say like I found out like maybe like 17 or something. That shit shot up. But again, my dumbass didn't sell at the height. It got all the way up to like $50. I didn't sell. And I'm like, it'll be all right. It'll come back around. And let's take a look at it. I don't think it ever did come back around. Um, oh, it's at 62 right now. Okay. Let me look at the 10-year. No way. It got up to like 290. That is insane. That's madness. So now it's at about $62.97. It's approximately 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 9th, 2023. So sometimes I wonder, is block worth it? I mean, cryptocurrency and whatever. So I'll write that down as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna look for some tickers. Um, I could walk you down the path of how I'm gonna look for these tickers. Essentially, I'm gonna be looking at. Let me. The markets are just jumping all over the place. The market doesn't even know what. Do we want to go down? Do we want to go up? The Bears and the Bulls are fighting right now. Um, so essentially, I just go, my platform. I just go look big gainers, big losers. Um, I'm gonna look at earnings reports. Who's about to come out with an earnings report? Look at IPOs. I'm about to go to Google and just type in stocks that I should invest in right now, and just see what people talk about, and then look up those companies. So market update, outperforming earners, Twillo, Penn Entertainment. I don't know who that is. Ticker symbol AKAM. Ticker symbol DUOL. I'm gonna look up those companies. Uh, Coinbase is talking about fixing something. Um, their losing streak or something. Tesla has been falling for 4 straight sessions. So yeah, just looking at the news, looking at these companies. Still, we haven't even got into futures or forex. Still haven't. But I'm not in no rush. Um, Taking our time. Eli Lilly. I'm so mad at Eli Lilly. I love Eli Lilly. Well, I don't love them. I love their stock. Uh, Man, it's a great stock. But I got out a while ago, and then what I did was I got into Merck because Merck is like a third the price of uh, of Eli Lilly, and has a similar dividend. We could go over that in a little bit as well. Here, I'll just go over it real quick. Merck. What's their ticker symbol? I would imagine it'd be Merck. No, not that company. All right, let me type in Eli Lilly. Their ticker symbol is LLY, and then Merck should be a peer. Let me go to peer comparison, and no, it's not. Amogen, Bristol Myers, Gilead, Zoetis. All right. What's another one? J&J. Where's their peers? Yeah, Merck and Co. Here it goes. MRK. So Lilly, approximately right now, 12:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is approximately $527. Merck, MRK, on their dividend is approximately 0.87%, but their stock is great. You know what I'm saying? Merck is approximately $106. Uh, Annual dividend is approximately 2.74%. So it was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull out a Lilly. As much as I love them, I said, let me pull out Lilly, get more shares of Merck, and get a better return on my dividend. Even though Lilly, forget it. Just get money. You know what I'm saying? Just with Lilly, just get money. Forget that dividend, get that money. But yeah, that's it. If I figure something out today, a couple other things I'm gonna take a look at. Take two. Found this ticker symbol RIVN. I don't know who it is. Want to take a look at them. So yeah, like what I'm gonna do is if I come across something that I'm bullish on or that I want to get into, going to go ahead and come back, and I got to work on uh, how to learn to hit the sell button in the stock market. Okay, so let's see what this person says here. Um, I got to learn how to hit that sell button. The sell button is your best friend. Did you miss out on stock market gains? Yes. The sell button is your best friend. Set the start. Earnings. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta learn how to hit that sell button. But let me go ahead. I'm gonna stop here for right now. Go chill out, do some research. Um, my people right now are not feeling too well, so I'll probably go get them some pho. Real quick dad joke or pho, whatever it's called. Real quick, and not to be disrespectful. Um, my wife told me this joke, estranged partner, or whatever. Who's the king of pho? The pho king. Uh, uh, whatever. All right. So I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. This is Chairman House of Barf.